The state opening of Parliament just happened. But from my perspective, the King's speech did not have a single thing in it for the British people to be happy about. In this video, we're going to look at the clips from that speech. I will give you my full assessment and we will break down the principles of common sense leadership and what is actually happening to our country. Let's get straight into the details. When you strip away the pomp and circumstance, the King's speech was nothing more than Labour's ideology wrapped in a king's robe with a crown on top of it. What makes this unbelievable is that this speech contained the very things that the electorate rejected in the polls just a few days ago. From climate change mandates to digital IDs, these are the exact policies that the majority of the British people do not agree with.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernise how citizens interact with public services.
Us versus them. The subtext of this speech is clear. It is an us versus them mentality. On one hand, the King used the rhetoric about doing everything to take care of the working people. But on the other hand, his words show that they do not care about what you think about them, and they do not care about what you really want for yourselves. The message from this government is simple. We're going to do whatever we feel like doing, and you just have to accept it. Like it or not, they are telling you exactly where they are taking this country. Take the justice system, for example. The King spoke about fixing the justice system, but notice how he did not say what those changes would actually look like.
My ministers will push forward with significant reforms to the police, the National Health Service, and to the criminal justice system to help them deliver services the British people expect.
I am almost certain this is about doubling down on getting rid of jury trials. Stripping away jury trials is not in the best interest of justice, and it is a massive disservice to the British people. The sovereignty and energy illusion. Then we get to the betrayal of our independence. The speech openly discussed creating legislation to get back into alignment with the EU.
My ministers will introduce legislation to take advantage of new trading opportunities, including a bill to strengthen ties with the European Union.
Let us call that what it is. Giving up our sovereignty. No sovereign nation willingly hands over its sovereignty. Real nations trade and they make deals. They do not surrender control to outside laws. And then there is the green energy illusion. Listen to what was said about energy security.
My ministers will therefore introduce an energy independence bill to scale up homegrown renewable energy and protect living standards for the long term.
King Charles spoke about creating energy security, claiming that this homegrown source would lift the living standards of working people. But let us look at the reality. This so-called British homegrown energy actually comes from Chinese manufactured solar panels and wind turbines. At the very same time, they are actively shutting down real homegrown energy, the oil and natural gas that we have right under our feet. Forcing us to buy outsourced energy components is the exact thing plunging working people into energy poverty and driving down living standards. We need leaders who know how to harness our own natural wealth instead of outsourcing what we do not need and wasting taxpayers' money when we should be investing and saving it. This self-imposed energy crisis is causing businesses to shut down, move their operations abroad, or lay off staff, which pushes those unemployed individuals into poverty and the state benefit system. What we heard in the House of Lords was just more of the same tired Labour rhetoric that has already produced terrible results in every single aspect of British life. Until British politicians are willing to set their ideology aside and start looking at the business of this country from a common sense perspective, we are going to keep running into this exact same circle like a dog chasing its tail. The nation will never move forward and the people will be plunged into even lower standards of living. We need a completely new approach to governance. We need common sense leadership. Leaders who act as true stewards of Britain's interests rather than servants of ideology. First, we need leaders who have a clear vision for the nation, not an ideological vision, but a vision backed by raw common sense. Second, We need leaders who are actually willing to listen to the cries of the people. Leaders focused on serving the people, not suppressing and oppressing them. Third, we need leaders who understand they were voted into government to manage this nation independently without outside laws and foreign influence. If you are in government and you are unable to manage the nation on your own, you are simply in the wrong place. If you want real change in this country, support leaders who practice common sense leadership. Did you see anything in the King's speech that actually benefits you? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video so more people see the difference between ideology and common sense. I will see you in the next one. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.